The Victorian era is remembered for its elegance, innovation and grandeur, but behind the refined manners and industrial progress lurked a world of peculiar beliefs and superstitions, some of which might make you raise an eyebrow today. From haunted mirrors to ominous birds, let's delve into the strange superstitions that shaped Victorian lives. You might just be surprised by what they believed. Number 1. Covering mirrors after a death. The mirror, an everyday object that held sinister potential for the Victorians. After a death in the house, mirrors were promptly covered with fabric. Why? It was believed that if the deceased spirit saw its reflection, it might become trapped inside the glass. A trapped spirit could haunt the family or bring misfortune. Some also thought that an uncovered mirror in a room of mourning might attract otherworldly spirits eager to slip through the reflective portal. This superstition likely stemmed from older European folklore where mirrors were thought to be gateways to another world. The practice was so ingrained that even today some households still observe this tradition during funerals. Number 2. Never leave shoes upside down. For the Victorians, shoes were more than just footwear. They could invite calamity if handled improperly. Leaving shoes upside down was thought to summon bad luck or worse, death itself. The superstition likely stemmed from religious symbolism, as improperly placed shoes were seen as disrespectful or even an invitation to dark forces. Interestingly, this belief wasn't unique to the Victorians. Similar superstitions about shoes can be found in other cultures too. For example, in some rural communities, shoes were hidden in walls or floors to ward off witches. For the Victorians, though, it was simply a matter of keeping order to keep the spirits at bay. Number 3. The bird in the house. Imagine this. You're sitting in your Victorian parlour and a bird flies through the open window. Most of us today would think it's a simple mistake of navigation, but to a Victorian, it was a dire omen. Birds, especially black ones, entering the house were believed to herald death or disaster. This superstition likely has roots in ancient folklore where birds were seen as messengers between the living and the dead. The Victorians, with their deep fascination for the supernatural, embraced this idea wholeheartedly. It's no wonder that Edgar Allan Poe's poem The Raven struck such a chord with audiences of the time. Even today, some people still feel uneasy about birds indoors. It's a testament to how deeply ingrained these beliefs can become. Number 4. Carrying a deadly charm. Victorian society loved its charms and trinkets, but some carried a macabre twist. It wasn't uncommon for people to carry charms made of human hair, often as a keepsake from a loved one, but certain charms were thought to have protective powers or even the ability to curse an enemy. For example, a rabbit's foot might ward off bad luck, while other charms used teeth, bones, or even small animal skulls to keep evil at bay. This fascination with charms was tied to the Victorians' broader obsession with death and the afterlife. Mourning jewellery, often made from hair or jet, served both as a fashion statement and a way to remember loved ones. Charms were often gifted or passed down, imbued with sentimental or spiritual significance. While today's lucky charms are far less morbid, the idea of carrying something for protection hasn't entirely vanished. Number 5. Death knocks 3 times. In the still of the night, imagine hearing 3 knocks. But no one is at the door. To the Victorians, this wasn't just a coincidence. They believed that 3 unexplained knocks were a harbinger of death. The number 3 in folklore often symbolized the supernatural. The Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit was a central religious concept, but the number also carried darker connotations and superstitions. 3 knocks could signify a mocking of the Trinity, often attributed to malevolent spirits. This belief likely thrived in an era where unexplained phenomena were often attributed to the supernatural. Today, we might blame creaky pipes or an overactive imagination, but for the Victorians, those knocks were no laughing matter. From mirrors to shoes to birds and mysterious knocks, these superstitions reveal just how much the unseen world influenced Victorian life. While we might laugh at some of these beliefs today, they offer a fascinating glimpse into the fears and the traditions of the past. Which superstition surprised you the most? Or do you know of any others that we didn't mention? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this look into Victorian life, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on Victorian Vignettes.